Hello everyone, Ross here at Teacher Toolkit. Question pyramids. Are you familiar with this methodology? The concept of question pyramids, or the resource here in the classroom, is that you help students retrieve knowledge and develop schema. So the principle here is that a low stakes assessment activity offers high challenge and low stress, and increasing in difficulty each time. How you introduce this will be critical. Producing self and peer assessment in the classroom. You're teaching your students here how to reliably assess their answers without increasing your workload here. So the templates I've given you are 3 simple examples, but let me just kind of go through the 5 principles first of all for you. I'm just going to move myself over to this side of the screen. So I've got 5 top recommendations from you here. The concept is that students complete the template and rows of questions. I guess there's 5 benefits here. I'll just show you the template very briefly. Okay, and I'll come back to that shortly. So we're trying to pull out information out of students' heads. You're helping them consolidate knowledge. We're generating those self and peer assessment opportunities and posing difficult questions. The challenge, what I want to do is reduce the stress, but keep the challenge high to boost that in-class participation and plan this as an activity. So let me just show you a simple maths example. Now, mathematicians out there, are these questions increasing in difficulty? And of course, depending on who you're working with, the question complex examples here will change significantly. The concept here is the students complete the bottom row first, and they gradually move up the pyramid. So they could do it on their own, in pairs, in groups. Teacher reveals the answer. I display each of these questions once at a time, and then we move up to level 2, bonus points, those kind of things. You can use it in several ways. So students can answer one question correctly and move to the next level, etc. Or each row could be timed, for example. So when we add a timer, a bit like what we see game shows on the TV, suddenly that stress is increased significantly and your ability to retrieve is weakened. We see this on game shows on the television all the time. I guess remember, effective retrieval strength should be high challenge and low stress. So the timer, use with caution, but balance your questions and the timing carefully. Here is an example of some English questions you might ask to a primary student. Again, reveal each box one at a time. And maybe the jury's out on this example here. I've given you some science questions here. Ideally, you need to design your question pyramid so there is an accumulation of knowledge and schema with each new question, drawing upon prior knowledge and developing that further inquisition each time. You could also have maybe some higher order questions here, moving from easier in the bottom left corner, harder in the bottom right hand corner, and getting very complex as we move up the top. But imagine if your students had a blank example, or this was on your screen, questions were generated by yourself or students for each other, and how would this be displayed? The logic here, remember, the question matrix is to increase difficulty, keep the challenge high, but boost that schema each time. So I wonder how you could use this technique in your classroom, whether you're teaching Key Stage 1 or students in a further education setting. Thanks for watching. Download the template, go to teachertoolkit.co.uk, click on the resources tab here, and then you've got a search bar where you can search for question pyramids and download the resource straight away. Bye for now. Thanks for watching.